Former President Donald Trump has now been issued a gag order by the very judge who is presiding over his civil suit pertaining to financial fraud. Now, the judge has been attacked by Donald Trump several times, and as a result, the judge, Arthur Engoron, said the following. Let's go to graphic 5. This morning, one of the defendants posted on a social media account, a disparaging, untrue, and personally identifying post about a member of my staff. Although I have since ordered the post deleted, and apparently it was also emailed out to millions of other recipients. Through email, by the way. Okay, so he continues to write, personal attacks on my members of my court staff are unacceptable, inappropriate, and I will not tolerate them under any circumstances. So I actually do not want to post. The post has been deleted, but keep in mind that he also blasted it out through email. I don't want to post it, guys. I just want to be clear about that. I just want to summarize what Trump did. So apparently Trump had posted an image of Chuck Schumer and one of the law clerks who works alongside the judge presiding over this case. And in it, he did provide some personal information, which you guys know what that's gonna lead to. It's gonna lead to harassment and all sorts of threats against her. And so that led to the gag order that the judge has now issued. Engoron said that his statement should be considered a gag order forbidding any posts, emails, or public remarks about members of his staff. He added that serious sanctions would follow were he to be disobeyed, but did not elaborate. So that gag order applies to both parties in the case, but of course Trump is the one who will be affected by it the most because he is the one who just can't stop himself from attacking the very judge who is going to make the decisions about this civil suit. He's gonna make the decisions about the penalties that Donald Trump will face as a result of the financial fraud he has committed. And the judge has already ruled, this was a ruling last week in a summary judgment, that Trump is in fact guilty of committing financial fraud. Now, the real question is what will the penalties be? And they could be dire, to the tune of $250 million. That's what the prosecutors are asking for.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do with Trump when he violates the gag order, because at some point he's gonna violate a gag order, whether it's this specific one or another one, because and there's gonna be a lot more gag orders. Why? Because he's got verbal diarrhea, so he can't help himself. So the minute he sees someone that seems like in his mind against him, and so he sees the law clerk telling the judge something, the law clerk that's her job. She's supposed to give him research and etc., right? And he's like, okay, the judge is against me because he made one ruling against me. So she must be against me. So she must be evil. So I'm gonna tell everyone she's the worst person in the world and evil and against me. And then let's see what happens. I'm gonna tell everybody that General Milley, because he criticized me, should get the death penalty. And then let's see what happens, right? Oh, I mean, sometimes when I say things like that, pipe bombs appear out of nowhere. Interesting. So are judges gonna stand for that? No, especially when it's not them, but it's their clerk. They're gonna wanna protect them 100 times more, right? Because the judges are so worried about being biased that if it's about them, maybe they withstand it. But if it's about somebody in their staff, no way, right? And then Trump cannot help, that's the nature of diarrhea. He can't help it. So he will go and spout more evil, horrible, potentially violent things about those same people. And then what are they gonna do? Are they gonna say contempt of court and lock him up? I don't know. Yeah. But I do know that this is gonna be a giant mess. And guys, one more thing that's very relevant to that and relevant to the overall 2024 election. So some Democrats have this fun dream where Donald Trump is then proven guilty in court, and MAGA wakes up and goes, oh my God, he was guilty? I didn't know that. Well, that's it, I'm not voting for him, I'm voting for Joe Biden. That's not gonna happen, okay? But there is one thing that can happen, which is Trump just deteriorates, right? He devolves and goes into a spin cycle of crazier and crazier and crazier things. That is very Trump. And that Trump cyclone can start at any time. And this is kind of how it starts. And I mean, God help us. I mean, I have no idea and I hope it never happens. But if he gets someone seriously hurt, right, through one of his vigilante thugs that does the violence on his behalf, I don't know, is there any decency left in the Republican Party? Will they then go like, this guy's getting people killed or hurt. We've got it, this is too much. And even that, I'm probably being way too hopeful, probably not.
Do you remember when Lindsey Graham was confronted at the airport following his floor speech on January 6th? This is after the riots, after they came back. Lindsey Graham was terrified over what happened and gave a quick, fiery speech condemning Trump's involvement in that, in inciting the rioters. But he switched gears real quick after he was confronted at the airport. I bring that up specifically because all of these wannabe strongmen in the Republican Party who love to pretend as though they had national security in mind, that they were the strongmen who were gonna protect the country, they're the very ones who folded immediately as soon as they got confronted by Republican voters who happen to be loyalists to Donald Trump. They're scared little boys. They're not gonna speak up. They're either incredibly selfish, they're concerned about their political careers, right? I mean, what does it say that it took a Republican woman, Liz Cheney, to stand up to Donald Trump? And she did lose her career, her political career as a result of that. Now, I'm sure she's gonna be real fine. Like, she's gonna be lobbying, doing whatever she's doing, she's gonna be okay. But the point I'm trying to make is, I think the incentive structure in Congress specifically attracts the most craven, self-interested, narcissistic losers imaginable who see it as an opportunity to enrich themselves, not become public servants. And that's the real problem.
Yeah, so I wrote about that in my book, Justice is Coming, where it creates a vicious cycle because even in up to recent elections, 97% of the time, the person with more money wins in the House, okay? It doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal, nothing matters other than the money, right? So in good cycles where just Democrats kick ass, it's down to 87%. But what happens basically is, even the good people eventually get weeded out, right? And even if they ran a good, honest, wonderful campaign, et cetera, they're gonna lose to the guy with more money 97, 95% of the time, et cetera, right? So that system churns out nothing but craven people who only care about power and money. So that's why the Republicans are all jello, they're all cowards. I mean, why doesn't DeSantis stand up and go, God damn it, enough, Trump. You lost the election, move on, right? Jesus, and stop breaking the goddamn law and stop threatening people like a two-bit thug. Down here in Florida, we know how to deal with thugs like you. He would never do that because, what's MAGA gonna say about me? Are you a man or aren't you? Are you strong or aren't you?
Yeah.
And the answer for most politicians, and definitely the Republicans, is no, they are not strong. So Trump would have to do something beyond extreme that it's hard to imagine for him to lose any of these weak Republican politicians. But if he keeps going this way, whether it has an effect or not, some people are gonna get hurt. He has crazed followers and he keeps egging them on and egging them on until they do some sort of violence. So buckle up and brace for impact.
Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.